Shalawam. We're going to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the apostle of GREATMILLSTONE. Shalawam to like I'm dead, doing this work of faith, labor, love, and true sincerity. It's brother GMS, Soldiers of Faith, New Jersey. Here with the midweek camp. So just hope that this segment is edifying. And may the Lord be with us in speaking. And may brothers be edified, across the board.
This is Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Ezekiel 33 and 33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them.
Right, so when the things come to pass that we've been proclaiming through the scriptures shall come to pass, that's when you're going to know that the prophet was amongst you the whole entire time. Because nowadays, you try to tell Jake anything, they're not going to believe what you want to say, or they're going to say, hey, well, that's your belief. Hey, well, do your thing. That's just not my thing, or whatever. It's not just our belief, man. For one, the scriptures tell us that, somebody grab it, Hebrews 10, and around like 22, something like that. One, it's not just about what we believe. This is more than just a belief. People believe in the Easter Bunny. People believe in Santa Claus. People believe in all types of things. This is more than just a belief, man.
Hebrews 10 and 22. Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith.
Right, let us draw near with full assurance and a true heart of faith, man. So everything that we have, this is based upon faith, man. We are assured by the word because when we research the word gets into the history, man. It lets us know who we are. It lets us know the things that have happened. It lets us know the things that are currently going on. It lets us know the things that will happen in the future. And we can see it all throughout the prophecies, man. So this is more than just a belief. So bring it back.
Let us draw near with a true heart.
A true heart. What meaning what's your mind? So go ahead.
In full assurance of faith.
In full assurance of faith. Meaning having your mind set upon this truth. And knowing that this is the truth and that's it and that is nothing else, man. So we are fully assured by the way of YAHAWASHI that we're living righteously accordingly as we should be, man. You have so many people, they want to live their lives however, and just thinking that whatever is okay, whatever is not okay, man. You're going to have to answer sooner or later for the things that you do on earth within the flesh, man. So we're trying to escape all that. That's why we're doing what the Lord calls us here to do, man, as the prophets of YAHAWASHI. So go ahead.
Having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience.
Having our hearts, with our minds sprinkled with the clear conscience, man. So the rest of the world, that conscience is filthy, man. You try to tell Jake anything, they're going to buck up. Oh, who are you to tell me this? Or you ain't my daddy, you ain't this, and that, the third, so on and so forth, man. You know what I'm saying? So brothers here, we can correct each other. Brothers not too proud to, know that, hey, brother checking them all, whatever the case may be, let them know something's going on or giving them something to look at within themselves. That's what we're supposed to do, man. Because love is correction, man. That's what love is correction and helping you to go the right way, man. Right?
From an evil conscience, and our bodies washed with pure water.
And our bodies washed with pure water. Not meaning that we got to physically go and get baptized or whatever, but our bodies, what, man? Spiritually, our body is sprinkled, washed with the pure water, which is the word, man. So we're considered clean in the Lord's eyes, right, to a degree, right, as clean as we possibly can be, because the scriptures say that what? Our righteousness is as filthy rags, but we are as clean as we possibly can be, just knowing that we're covered by YAHAWASHI, man. Outside of that, we'll be filthy, and nothing that we do upon this earth really matters, man. Nothing, man. Any type of so-called good that you do, if it's not in the name of YAHAWASHI, it really doesn't matter, man. All that matters is this word and proclaiming YAHAWASHI. That's all that matters at the end of the day. We're here to serve a purpose. We're here for our duty, which is to serve the Lord, and that's it, man. And we're heading to Babylon the Great, aka America, to serve our punishment.
St. John chapter 15, verse 3. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
Right, you are clean by the word which is spoken unto you. So all of the people who came up to YAHAWASHI when he had his ministry going, they believed in him, they followed him, so on and so forth. Hey, they was cleaned up, man. So it's the same thing now. We don't literally have to have the Lord here to tell us, hey, or somebody to put us in some damn dirty ass water, nothing like that. We clean by following the word, man. Because that's what the Lord commanded us to do. The scriptures say that to obey is better than sacrifice, man. So people thinking they making all these type of sacrifices in the world for their family and friends and doing all this. The ultimate thing is to obey the word of Yahweh Shah. Because if you're not doing that, you're off, man.
Psalm 119 and 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word.
Exactly. So how do you cleanse your way? By taking heed to the word, man. By following the commandments, right? We know it's over 600 commandments. We can't follow them all to the T, but what? We follow things to the best of our ability. The basic things that we're supposed to follow. Honor the Sabbath, honor your mother and father, don't steal, don't murder, you know what I mean? All those different type of things, man. Keep a beard on your face, no shape up, stuff like that. The things that we actually have control of, because there are a lot of laws in the scriptures because of the different captivities that we went into, we couldn't follow them accordingly. And even if we was, Jake was still going off anyway, man. So now what? Ultimately, we live by faith, but we still rehearse the righteous acts, man.
This is Judges chapter 5 and verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers and the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
Bring it back real quick, start.
This is Judges chapter 5 verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers and the places of drawing water.
Right, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers and the places of drawing water. So that represents what? War, and that represents slavery, right? Because when it says the noise of the archers, obviously, if archers are shooting, right, it's a war going on. The main war, Third World War, is going to take place here in America. And it said what? The places of drawing water. When you go into the book of book of Joshua, I believe it was the Gibeonites or whatever. One of them Hivites or somebody like that. One of them Hamites or whatever. They tricked them, made them think that they came from a far country, saying, look, our bread is moldy and this and the third, you know what I'm saying? And then they come to find out that they was lying to them, they was actually natives of the land. So Joshua told them, forever shall you be hewers of wood and drawers of water for my congregation forever, man. So that represents slavery. So where we at? We're here in America serving slavery, man. So go ahead again. So that place that it's talking about America currently. So go ahead.
It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers and the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
Right here in America, we're rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord, because this is where we're going to be delivered from, and this is where we're serving the top captivity in, man. As far as, and I say top captivity, not meaning what physically, but meaning what spiritually, mentally, all the other ways. Because now Jake is completely gone. We don't have an inkling of who we are, man. That's why the Lord had to set things up, to put, the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone in place, their elders before them, so that us younger brothers now could receive the word and that we could stand a chance of salvation, man. Other than that, we wouldn't have stood no chance, man. So this is the main place of where we got to be delivered from. This is a place where we got to wake up from our wickedness from and get back to the YAHAWASHI as we're supposed to, man. And stop claiming all these false nationalities, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Native American, Black American, and all that other type of shit, man. We are Israelites according to the scriptures, man. The 12 tribes of Israel, man.
This is Deuteronomy, what you said, Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Right, so we go into that so many times, that's self-explanatory, if you're a regular, if you're just an everyday Joe Schmo who out there who ever listened to the Israelites at one point in time, or sat for an hour or 2 hours or something, you heard your scripture before, man. Shall be brought into Egypt again with ships, right? Meaning what? Spiritual Egypt, as it gets into it in the book of Revelation, tell you that this place is spiritual Egypt in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Right? So we were brought into Egypt with ships. We shall see it no more again, meaning what? Our homeland, man. We don't even recognize what our homeland is. People think our homeland is Africa. Well, why, if our homeland is really Africa, then why are we not accepted over there by the Africans? Why don't they build some type of fucking program or something going on to help us come back over there so that we can build up that economy and live righteously how we're supposed to, if that was the case, man? Right? Because in the book of Isaiah, it tells you, I'll go to Isaiah 2. Start from the top.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, and verse 1. It says, the word that Isaiah the son of Amoz saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Right, so if that was the case, right, we'll be back in our homeland. All nations will be serving us, so on and so forth, if that was really our homeland. Because the Lord prophesied saying, well, he's going to bring us back into our homeland once again. So why is these type of things not happening yet? Because it takes nothing for us to really to go over to Africa, right? It don't take much. You can save up a paycheck or two, and we can just all go over to Africa, right? And just live it up, and then the Lord can, deliver us and do everything that he said he was going to do right then and there, right? I'll go to,
You mentioned Egypt. It says 2nd Ezra 15, starting at verse 10. And it says, behold, chapter 15, starting at verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
Right, so at this time, and this is in the book of 2nd Ezra, at this time, ancient Egypt, we was already out of there. So what is he talking about? He's talking about America, man. Because in those visions in which a lot of the prophets saw, they saw modern day Egypt. They saw America. They seen the buildings and things that they see now, right? Because you gotta think about it how they was thinking about it back then, right? Egypt was a big, great one of the greatest civilizations ever on earth. It was built up, it was established, so on and so forth, man. It talks about how we built up the different cities, Pithom and Ramses and different stuff like that. It was a great big city. So when the prophets, they're looking at the vision, they couldn't call the place America, because America didn't technically exist at that point. So when they see the buildings and the different structures of America now, they just thinking, oh, that's Egypt a second time, that's Egypt. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that. They just thinking that, yo, this is Egypt being rebuilt or something again, man. Because they looking into the future and seeing Egypt. Because if you really think about it in that mind frame, it's really no difference, man. You know, try to really sit there and put yourself back in that time frame, and you saw visions of Egypt, and you heard the stories of Egypt and different things of that nature, and then now you see visions of the future. You never know no other city to be that great, so you want to automatically assume, hey, that's Egypt. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just like, you know how Jake tried new food and it's always tasting like chicken and shit. Because you're gonna explain something based upon the experience that you already knew about.
Yeah.
Isaiah 2 and 3 And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go to the mountain of Yahawah, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. And out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of Yahawah from Jerusalem.
Right, and that time hasn't come yet. Because we don't even, because for one, the word got to be embedded in us so that we know all the laws, statutes, and commandments, and that we'll be perfect. And then we will have to teach the other nations. So go to chapter 1.
Isaiah chapter 1, starting at verse 1. The vision of Isaiah, the son of Amoz, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for Yahawah hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider.
Right. So the ox knows his owner and the ass his master's crib, but my people don't know, they don't even consider. So they don't even consider where really is our homeland. They don't even consider what really is my nationality. They don't consider these various things. What's the proper things that we're supposed to be following spiritually, right? And automatically what comes to mind for the average Jake out here is witchcraft. Because it is so prevalent. You know, when you look at back, you know, ancient movies and stuff like that, where they would find witches and burn them at the stake and different type of shit like that, man. Witches is running fucking rampant out here nowadays. All you gotta do is look at their Facebook profile or their IG profile or something like that. Witches and warlocks, man. With all of the signs and the symbols and the different stuff they wear, it's all out in the open, man. You even got them, they got the different groups, so hoodoo this and this, that. The groups and all of this shit is all out in the open, man. So people think that this is naturally what we're supposed to gravitate to, some form of African spirituality and bullshit like that, man. No, the scriptures. That's our significance of spirituality, man. That's what we got to tap into, man. That is the source, man, of all things. Not anything else outside of that, man. The Lord constantly talks about the witchcraft and the enchanters and the stargazers and all of that type of stuff all throughout the scriptures. The ways that the heathen and all of them follow, man. That's all Jake is really tapping into, because Jake feel like, hey, it got to be some more power or something that I'm missing that I'm supposed to be able to do. That's why they tap into those things, man. You know? And Kendra G show or whatever. Like, she do the little dating thing like Kevin Samuels do and all of that type of stuff, but she just do it, you know, from the comfort of her own, talking to one person and stuff like that. And there's this older guy, and like some of the chicks in the comments, they peeked the stuff that was on his walls in the background and stuff like that, right? And then he said, yeah, I usually date younger. He was like 56 years old. He's like, yeah, I usually date younger and stuff like that. He was like, my two younger girlfriends, one was 20-something, the other one was 30-something. Yeah, they both died and stuff like that. And when you read the comments, the chick's like, oh, I see what type of time you on and blah, 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 blah. Because when you enter that realm or that lifestyle and stuff like that, usually the person that you're sleeping with, you using them for rituals so that you can gain more power on the left-hand side of things, man. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. You know, so that's why it's important for, you know, brothers to be on the lookout for these witches and these warlocks and, you know, especially these chicks, man, because undercover, a lot of them would be witches and you don't even know about it, man. They try to keep it on the low as much as possible. Next thing you know, you sleep, she trying to do a ritual, or she go to your bathroom or something, you hear her chanting and making some type of noise. You're like, yo, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bitch trying to put some shit up in your house, man. You know what I mean? To get you caught up with something like that, or to be able to read your spirit at night, or send spirits and demons at you while you laying down and stuff like that, man. It's real like that, man. You know?
Isaiah 52:1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come to thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Check thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Lose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion.
Right? Lose itself from the bands of your neck. All the things that's constraining you, confining you, you know, to a life of immorality and being immoral and shit like that. You gotta shed all of that stuff off, man. You know, and for the average person, they can't see themselves doing it. They can't see themselves. So I gotta stop being punk. Oh, doing I can't get this crispy shape up and with this little edge up and all that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get the little blackout. You know what I mean? How I want to get. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me I can't do it with my woman when she's on the period? You mean that's unclean? Like all these different types of things. These are big things for people out here in the world, man. Especially that smoking weed demon, man. You know, I got guys on the job that be interested in the word and, you know, stuff like that. And so that mentions some stuff like, yo, man, smoking weed, man. Yo, man, I don't know, man. It's hard, man. It's hard, man. Like, it's hard because you don't want to stop, man. If you really want to stop doing something, you can find the willpower to do it. The Lord can help to get you through it, but you got to want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So Jake is out here using that as an excuse or use it as a social means to be cool and adaptable and different things of that nature. I mean, I was getting my windows tinted, you know what I'm saying, up at a spot or whatever, dude walking in the shop or whatever, saying, yo, I got that bud, let me know whatever strands he got and stuff like that. I'm like, nah, I'm good, bro. Like, oh, you don't smoke? Like, nah, he like, oh, you one of those? I'm like, what? He's like, nah, you good, you good. I mean, like, Jacob try to get smart with you and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I don't smoke, basically trying to say like I'm some weird type of dude or some type of shit like that, cause I don't smoke, you know what I'm saying? Cause I don't fit in to the wickedness that you want to do, man. That's bullshit, man. You don't gotta do everything that everybody do to fit in and try to be cool and all that. None of that shit matters, man. Do what's righteous, that's what's up, man, at the end of the day, man. You know what I mean? I gotta be, well, let me be lame then, cause I don't do what you worldly dudes do to let me be lame then. I accept that, you know what I'm saying?
1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 4, wherein they think it strange that you run not with them to the same excessive riot, speaking evilly.
Exactly. Now you remember one time, and you know, I'm at Hispanic barbershops, and there was one barbershop, black barbershop that actually opened up. So you know, I'm gonna go over there and support, take, you know what I'm saying? Go to the barbershop and shit. They're talking about I don't get a shape up. They got a stank face on, and he act like he don't know how to cut my hair probably because I ain't getting no damn shape up, you know what I'm saying? But they find it weird when you don't do the normal things that everybody else does, man. Especially when it comes to these holidays and different things of that nature, man. We shed all of that stuff off. None of that stuff matters to us anymore, man. We're not putting our family first or any worldly possessions first, money first. We putting the Lord first and foremost above all things, man. Because it's the Lord who sustains us through every single day and whatever our needs and wants is, man. You know?
So, St. John chapter 3, starting at verse 1 to 3, there was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. The same came to YAHAWASHI by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from the Most High, but no man can do these miracles that thou doest except the Most High be with them. Here's the point. Verse 3, YAHAWASHI answered and said unto thee, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Like brother was saying, you put off all that stuff, all the world and things like that. All that stuff is the lineups, all the excess money chasing, the excess women chasing, all of that stuff. Chasing women in general, that's just all of the world. So, you know, being born again, coming to be that new creature, you know, people are going to look at you weird. You know, because you are trying to see the kingdom of the Most High. And they're trying to see Esau's kingdom.
That's all people know. People don't want to go outside of what they know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, people don't want to go outside of what they know because the norm feels good to them and they so used to it, man. So anything outside of that, you know, they feel like they doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now you're doing wrong by doing what you normally do, man. You got to step out of the box of what you normally do and do the things that have never been done in order to be great, man. You know, that's how they say like that with sports and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do things that have never been done before. That's why when you see great players, whether it's basketball, football, or whatever, you know, the way that they train or the way that they do certain things, it's going to be different from most of the players that's out there, and that's what separates them from the average players, man. You know what I'm saying? It's their willpower, the mentality, the shift is different, man. So, thing with us. You know, it's the will of the Lord in us. It's the grace, the faith that He instilled in us that helps us to separate ourselves, you know, from the normal things and to step into things that we've never done before, so that we have a chance at salvation, man. You know?
Yeah, and people tend to change when judgment happens.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the thing that's beautiful that the Lord put the Spirit on us is to see that judgment is coming. And now, real quick, Wisdom of Solomon 5:1, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and make no account of his labors.
Right, so that time is coming, man. You know, just, you know, thinking about the movie, The Last Dragon. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Leroy, you know, he wanted to train and keep training, and he wanted to go to the master so that he could reach that final level, right? But then when Shonuff was kicking on his ass and putting his head in and out that water, then he realized, like, yo, everything that I ever needed is already inside of me already. So now he got the belief. Now he got the ultimate faith. Now the last time he lived out, he said, who's the master? Now he says, I am. And that's the difference, man. The belief, the faith, and everything that the Lord instilled in us is greater than He instilled into them that is in the world, man. And if I go to that, what's that, James 4? Yeah. Go to that real quick. You know what I'm saying? And that makes all the world of a difference, man. You know? That's what I'm You know, so like in that instance, like I was saying, Bruce Leroy, you know, he was trying to get to levels that haven't been attained before, but it was already inside of him. The Lord had instilled it in him, just like with us, you know, because as we usually get into bad judgment and shit going on today, you know? It's like what, the fourth or fifth emergency vehicle we've been seeing going down here within the past, what, like 20 minutes? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit going on, man.
First John 4:4. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world.
Right. Like I said, that's the separation. You know, we are of they are of the world, and we are of the Most High, because the Lord is greater in us than He is in them that's of the world, man. That's the separation. Every ounce of faith, every ounce of studying that you put into, every time you come out the camp, every time you're doing a lesson, you know what I'm saying? That's the Most High instilling more into you over a period of time for you to be built up for the battle with a great day. You know? So it's a great thing to know that we actually stand a chance of salvation, and the rest of our people that's out here, they're not even in the fucking race, man. You know?
They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them.
Right. They are of the world, therefore they speak of the world, and the world heareth them. So now certain shit that Kanye say be on point, and certain shit he just say just bugged out because we know he was trying to dip in Daza Illuminati and constantly act like he crazy, so they don't kill him and shit. You know, but certain shit that he was saying what be on point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as spiritual men, we could pick out the bullshit from the real shit that he's saying. The average person can't. They just want to think that, oh, everything that he's saying is bullshit. But then you get, you know, the average politician that's in your local area or some shit like that. You're going to beckon to their every call or listen to their every word in which they say, because you have this belief that somehow this society is going to get better some way. People end up politics and thinking that somehow this society is going to get better based upon who the fuck you vote for, when it doesn't really fucking matter. It's a system thing, it's not a person thing, because they can always replace that person and put in another figurehead, and they're still controlled from the puppet masters up top, man. So it's just a revolving door. So if you truly know that and you understand that, it's better off to come into righteousness, because you stand no chance over there in the world. You can hear all of this, the CNN talk, the different news broadcasters and all that type of shit, it doesn't, none of that shit really matters at the end of the day. All that matters is the word of YAHAWASHI and the things that are going to be fulfilled that we see presently in front of us.
He that is not of God heareth not us. Hereby we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error.
Right, we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. So, in the scripture saying, according to the light and the testimony, if you speak not according to this word, there's no light in them, man. So anybody that's not speaking according to the correct doctrine, you know what I mean, the light is not in you. Anybody that's advocating for the ways of the world, the light of the Lord is not in you. Anybody who thinks that this society stands any type of chance at getting better, or that blacks and Hispanics will rise above and this, that, and the third, all of a sudden because Esau's starting to get outnumbered, you think that's going to happen, it doesn't fucking matter, man. The dollar's about to fucking collapse. You see that the money is going digital. I think I mentioned it a few weeks ago or whatever, like people barely carry cash around them like that. The only way you might carry cash if, you know, you just need it for something like dire or something like that. Oh, I thought I was supposed to get a money order. Well, let me get this money out of my bank. I need a money order for this transaction or something like this. You know what I mean? Or different shit like that. Other than that, or if you ain't got Easy Pass and you just need something for the tolls or some shit like that. Other than that, people not really carrying cash around them on them like that, man. So that shows you the way that the world is going. Everything is technology, this, technology, that, man. So you're doomed to think that this world is going to go back to some form of normalcy.
Observation the other, I ain't been using no cash in a while. Down with deposits in my shop or whatever. I'm putting to buy something yesterday, and I put the cash back in there. I don't usually do that, but I did it like let me get $20, $20 in my pocket, whatever. I lost the $20, I was mad as hell. I lost the $20 before I got to my destination. I'm like, no, I ain't never get no more cash. Yeah, fuck that cash shit. And I had to check myself like, nah, what this is going to do. Yeah, so these devils got us in the bag, man. They boxed and assimilate. The other brother, he used to bring it out, right? At first, it's different levels of it, like you see it being implemented. First is the technology, then is the mentality, then is the reality. So now they are pushing the mentality on us, and they got us. Like it ain't we don't, like you just said, we don't really use cash. It's like really almost obsolete. So when they come with that microcia, most people is going already trained in their mind to take. We gonna even have to check ourselves. Like we ready. Like we putting up the fight, inspired by YAHAWASHI, but we like you just said, we already.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's the only thing that separates us, like we get into, is just knowing that, hey, the Lord said, don't do X, Y, and Z. That's the only thing that separates us from the rest of the people in the world. Because people be so excited at the technology and all of this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Every time you turn around, you're seeing people using Apple Pay or they're using their phone and stuff first. So it's nothing for somebody to be like, okay, well, yeah, the chip is going to be even more convenient. I don't have to worry about carrying the actual wallet on me. I don't have to worry about this, that, and the third. I don't got to pull my phone out for transactions. It's just simple. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to push the whole thing of convenience about it, man. You know what I mean? What's convenient and what's not convenient, man.
1 Thessalonians 5:5. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Just going into brother speaking on, we live in prophecy. So we're not living on what's happening now, we're living on what's to come. Because what's to come is that MOTV. It says, therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober.
Yeah, let us constantly watch and be sober, man. So as all this different stuff that's coming about, we're looking at it with a sober mind. We're not looking at it with the mind of the world and just being excited and just being so into, you know, everything that Esau is pushing, because we know it's an end to his means, man. And we know what that end is. The rest of the world don't know. They're still curious as to what things are gonna be like, what's gonna happen, or what's gonna be like 2030, and this is that, the third, so on and so forth. We already see it, we already know it, and we thoroughly understand it, man. And that's another reason too why, like, I've been seeing on social media, like, a lot of different states, they've been saying, giving out like these programs where they give out like 50, 60 grand loans to people like with low income for them to be able to get housing and stuff like this if you stay in it for under 10 years and shit like that. They're going to be doing more and more things like that to get you hooked, line, and sinker, to have you hooked up with a program, whatever program it is that they want to have you in and stuff like that. Like the different mega cities and stuff that China's got built. Different stuff that's going to come over here. Everything is going to be about creating these mega cities that the United States wants to create, China wants to create, all these other nations that they want to create, to have you all, it's going to be like you in the fucking jail, man. Like how they did projects and shit back in the day, but now, you know, that they slowly but surely tearing down all projects, you know, just about everywhere. You know, in time, what they're going to create, the new form of projects is these mega cities and shit like that, which is big, giant ass buildings, all of these tenants in here and shit. Cause they was explaining it in the show Black Mirror. I forgot, was it 15 Million Merits. Now I think that was like the first season. I forget which episode, 15 Million Merits or whatever. That's how they want everything to be. To have you working in the vicinity with like 15 to 20 minutes of where you live at, so you don't have to travel too far. The markets and stuff, all right there, so you don't have to travel too far. All the bike lanes and stuff that they created for bikers and stuff in the name of like the ecosystem to save gas and all that type of shit. No, it's to limit your means of transportation. That's all of this shit is geared towards the keep you confined to a certain area so that they can track you better, monitor you better, study you better. All the AI shit is hooked up to fucking supercomputers and shit like that. It's to study and to monitor you better. The Gemini, the Bixby, the Alexa, the whatever different things that the chat GPTs and all this type of stuff is to monitor you better, to understand you better, man. And that's all it is. It's predictive programming, man. Based upon the things that you already like, your interests, so on and so forth. You know?
It's Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the sun. He said, so all these different things, Alexa, tracking it and everything like that, your cameras and all that stuff, you know, is ultimately Esau is trying to be like the Heavenly Father, especially with this Quran coming out, like different, you would just say maybe AI, because AI act like this, but it's all knowing. The Heavenly Father is all knowing. You're asking a question, and it's supposed to give you just some answer to your problem, whatever you ask him. He asked the Lord, you know, gave us the scriptures, but basically Esau trying to be like the Lord.
I forget the scripture, but it says, the fool said in his heart that there is no God. And it was some years ago, like in the 2010s or whatever, one of them CEOs from Google basically said, like, what? Google is God. You know what I'm saying? To let you know that they believe that their technology will have the answers for any and all things. You won't have to go to pray at a local church or just pray while you're in your home. Just ask Google. Google is God. That's their mind frame. That's how they want to have people, man. To think that inanimate objects or objects that are created by man is superior than God himself, than YAHAWASHI outside themselves, man. It's totally inaccurate. The creature can never be greater than the creator in no way, shape, form, or fashion.
This is Psalm 14:1. The fool have said in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good.
Right, they are corrupt. They have done abominable works. Look at everything that the so-called white man has done. It's been abominable, man. You know, from the foods to the splicing of genes to fucking mixing the animals to all of these types of things, man. Why in whatever it is that you get from a damn supermarket or something ain't gotta have 2,800 ingredients on it, man? Why is it? Why things just can't be fresh and just natural? Like I love when I go to like one of the little local like Portuguese or Brazilian stores. They got the fresh squeezed orange juice, not, you know what I mean, fucking Tropicana and fucking Simply Lemonade and all this other shit, all these other ingredients. It's just, they got the juice machine right there. They actually squeezing them damn oranges out of there, man. Everything don't gotta have 2,800 ingredients, but all for the sake of the dollar, all for the sake of the money and the power. But now in due time, the money's not gonna matter because really it's all about the power. That's why, because you saw they already got all that heart's wish as far as the money, but why do they want to transition into the micro seed? Because it's about the control of the masses of the people. That's all they really care about now. The money's been like big. That's why they're trying to destroy the dollar, because they want the power, man. Because now, what, people could go do side jobs, or you can sell products and stuff like, yo, give me cash. Even though that's a hassle for most people, but you got something that, yo, I need cash for this. They want to eliminate all of that so people can't hide, money can't hide different things from the system, man. Because once everything goes digital, what can you hide? If you owe the IRS, if you owe a doctor bill, if you owe this, now they don't got to hunt you down no more. Now they can just track your account, snatch the money out your account, no matter what you got in there. They might put you in a negative. Hey, you got to figure out now how you got to live for the next 2 weeks until you get paid again, man. That's what they want to be able to do, because it's all about the control, man. It's not even about the money no more, man.
It says, the Lord looketh down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and see God. They are all gone aside. They are altogether become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one.
Right, so the Lord let it be known, like, yo, he looking down, like, yo, ain't nobody out here that's doing right. So that's why he had to set the prophets up, man. His holy men up to speak his word, thus saith the Lord, man. To let our people know what time it is, to look at the society in its whole and to understand that the society was never meant for us, man. No matter what we do, no matter how much you can cling to a so-called white man and do business deals and eat dinner at his house and so on and so forth. Hey, from Roots, when Kizzy told, I think it was Kizzy told Chicken George, he was like, no matter what, they always two-bob. You know what I'm saying? Like, mean, like they always right, they always two-faced. You can never trust them. The scriptures tell that, man. Never trust our enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. You know? Like I got damn Edomites in the past and certain other jobs they'd be playing cool with everybody, and then all of a sudden he kind of got like status because everybody would go to him, and he was just a regular employee like everybody else. Everybody would go to him for everything. The next thing you know, he kicking everybody back into the dude who come in like once a week or whatever, and now the dudes started to get fired and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I started hearing that from the other Levites. They was letting me know. You know what I'm saying? Now my job now got a damn Edomite freshly coming in, try to act cool and what? Trying to call the boss and say, oh yeah, da 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 da. Like, yo, man, this is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, they always the enemy, man. Always the enemy, man. We gotta live and survive and be around them and do what's needed, but outside of that, they are enemies, man. And Jake can't get that no matter what. They still want to hold hands with them, man. And for people who be thinking like racism and all that stuff is dying, all you gotta do is read the comments on like what's that new situation? What's that with that young boy who stabbed up that kid, that white kid? Yeah, Carmelo Anthony or whatever. Like, huh? There was a kid named Carmelo Anthony. Because I thought at first too, but there was a kid, he was at, I think it was at a track meet or something, right? And something like that, and he wound up stabbing and I think killing a white kid or whatever. So now he's out on bond and stuff like that. And if you read the comments and you go on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, you'll see these Edomites, they have all type of ridiculous stuff that they saying and different stuff, which lets you know that, yo, we can never truly get along because they don't understand us. We understand them to a T. We know that y'all the devils. We know that the curses is upon us, and this is why we act a certain way amongst each other or do certain things or whatever the case may be. But they always going to look at us a certain way. I seen comments like, oh, and they wonder why nobody wanted to live around them and blah, 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 and all this other type of shit. They put up shit with monkeys and this, that, and the third, and all types of stuff you'll see up there, man. But people get to hide all of that being on social media, man. So it can be the average, everyday Joe Schmo who you think is actually cool or whatever, but then he over there got a burner account on Twitter or something being all types of so-called racist, man. So they not really for us and we're not for them, but that's how it's supposed to be, because that's how the Lord set enmity between us and them.
Genesis 3:15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Genesis 3:15, and I will put enmity between the woman and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel.
Right, so that was just going into the future generations of Jacob and Esau, which brings down to us to this day, so-called white man versus us, the Israelites, so-called blacks and Hispanics. He said that enmity between us, we shall be the head, we shall be the tail, and so on and so forth, man, because everything that goes on, they on top of us, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord have it to where, hey, we bruising the hell out of them, and we're going to dominate them and take them over, man. You know? It's just like the black girl in the race when she hit the other girl in the head with the baton and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? We on Esau ass, man. You know? Through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, not in no physical form or any form of violence, but in the spirit of YAHAWASHI, we on their ass, you know? Every single day that we brothers are putting up prayers, brothers are putting up curses, the society is crumbling slowly but surely, man, on the Lord's time, man.
I did a lesson back. The title was Jake wrestling the angels and live and talk about it. You know, to the account. Jake wrestled the angel. He walked away wounded. His head was fucked up, but he survived. He lived to tell about it. If you ask me, that's the story of all of the 12 tribes of Israel. You know, having so hard, all the different types of periods, time periods, certain hardcore slavery, multiple different nations. We've been slaves serving our enemies in all of different nations. You know, each and every last nation had a chance, basically had a way. You know, for thousands of years we've been suffering. We still won't prevail. You know, we're suffering the most in the hands of under the influence of the so-called white man. When it's all said and done, like right now, it looks like we're losing. It looks like we don't have no win. It looks like we don't have no chance in the world to prevail or put up any type of fight against our enemies, which the number one enemy is the nation, so-called white man. But the spirit of YAHAWASHI now shall be our prevail, our come.
Actually, I remember it was an old chart that brothers had, and it added up all of the time periods of our slavery underneath all the different nations or whatever, and it was from Egypt to all the other nations. I believe, I don't remember the exact number, but it was either a little under 1,000 years or a little over 1,000 years time period. Like if you add up all our captivities, it was around that time. So now when you think about it in Revelations, when it basically like we put them into slavery and stuff like that. I'm thinking of no, that's I'm thinking of damn, I'm thinking of Isaiah. I'm thinking of it's one of my bring out what you got.
First Maccabees, chapter. kingdom and gotten up his spoils. First Maccabees 2 and 10. What nation has not had a part in her kingdom, gotten up her spoils?
Yeah, so all nations have, you know, and that's why especially underneath what Babylon, they went into our temples and sacked them, and the Edomites shoved us up, gave us over to the Babylonians. You know what I mean? All of the different kingdoms that was once great upon the earth had a piece, had a hand in our captivity, and just taking all of our precious artifacts, different stuff like that. And, you know, luckily what the Lord got the Ark of the Covenant, you know, buried somewhere here in the earth, and you know, Esau constantly trying to search it up, but they're not going to find it. That's why you got shit like fucking Raiders of the Lost Ark and all of that type of shit, trying to find special artifacts and all this old other type of shit. You can dig up Egypt and all of the pharaohs and they dead bones and all that type of shit, but the things that are precious to the Lord, He's not going to allow you to find. That's going to be for us to pick.
Revelation chapter 20. Verse 1. I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon. That old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. It says,
that was, you know, during the period when they was up in the Caucasus Mountains and all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? During the period of the Dark Ages and all of that. But it's going to be like that for them again. You know, once America gets destroyed, because them and all the other nations, they're going to be back in the subject underneath us. They want to help us build up our kingdom, just as we build up their kingdom.
Now we're down to verse 4. And I saw thrones, they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of YAHAWASHI, and for the word. It says, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. They lived and reigned with YAHAWASHI 1,000 years.
Yeah, so at that end, that's what that's going to be, because that's when they're going to be building up, you know, our kingdom. When you get into Isaiah 60th chapter, it talks about, you know, how their kings and their princes are going to bring their stuff over to us, and how, you know, they're going to build up our kingdom, get all our silver and gold and all of that, and then, you know, how our children is going to be getting raised and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? How we're living on 22,000, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so we slowly entering that period where Esau is going to have to get his ultimate judgment. We're going to get the ultimate payback. And YAHAWASHI, their name shall reign supreme as it properly should, and we're going to get the recognition that we deserve for all our sufferings as well.
Isaiah 60 and 15. Whereas Isaiah 60 and 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending the knee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel.
Right, because in the book, in Lamentations, the 2nd chapter, it talks about all that passed by, they clap their hands and they, you know, they hiss and they clap their hands at us. Man. You know what I'm saying? Is this the daughter of Zion? You know what I'm saying? Is this the city of peace? Is this the city of perfection or whatever? That's how they currently look at us, man. You know, but that time is going to come when they're going to realize, like, oh, they done fucked up, man. You know, in society, you know, you done fucked up, right? That's when that time comes, they're gonna know that they ultimately fucked up. They should never did what they did by putting their hands upon us, man. But if like you think about, like, you'll see certain shit, right? Like you'll see certain things like on the internet or whatever. Like you'll see a badass kid in the daycare, He over there fucking up other little kids and shit. And then, you know what I mean, when it see like the person's coming, then they act all good and act like nothing ever happened. You know what I'm saying? That's Esau, man. He do a bunch of BS. You know what I'm saying? And then how they saying act like nothing ever happened. Like, oh, I ain't do nothing. They try to act innocent with everything they do, man, but they ain't innocent. They got a hand in everything that's happened to us, everything that is currently happening, and things that's going to happen in the future, man. Their hand is in everything, man.
It's Isaiah 59 and 18. It says, according to their deeds, accordingly he will repay. Fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands who will repay recompense. You know, to the Lord, the number one enemy is the nation so-called righteous. That's our number one adversary. You know, but all you other heathen nations, you know, you're our enemy as well. You know, and the Lord said, I don't care where my enemies is, even on the islands, you know, the small places that you probably don't think of, the Lord said, I'm gonna get you motherfuckers too. So it says, outside of the nation of Israel. You know, so it don't matter what your nationality is. If it don't go back to the 12 tribes of Israel, all right, you are an adversary, you are an enemy of the nation of Israel. All right, it says, according to their deeds, accordingly you will pay. So different nations, we went through different oppressions. You know, we went through slavery harder in certain under certain nations than others. So the Lord said, it don't matter what nation did wrong to y'all, I'm gonna pay our back accordingly. Even 2/3 of our people, you know, they're considered enemies to the Lord. The Lord gonna pay them back accordingly as well. It says, fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies, to the islands he will repay recompense. It says, verse 19, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, which is the east. All right, so that's the whole entire earth. It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And right now, you know, it's talking about the future and spiritual powers is given to the elect of the nation of Israel, beginning with the 144,000. You see the possible men right before your eyes that the Lord is going to give spiritual powers to. So that standard is already being lifted, right? And this is the purpose, this is the reason why we out here, you know, so that we can fulfill our destiny, Lord willing, those men that are hopeful for elect, all right? Which our destiny is to rule the earth, you know, through the law, statutes, and commandments, and spirit, power, YAHAWASHI, Lord, set our nation up to rule over all other nations forever and ever. The only reason why things is how it is right now is because we sin against the Most High. All right, and we went through our period of time when we actually paid back for our sins, the things that we did against the Heavenly Father. Right? Once we're delivered, we're gonna be made perfect, and we're gonna possess the power to rule over all nations forever and ever through righteousness. Perfect. Jumping down, verse 20. It says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith the Lord. You know, so this is all about the nation of Israel and no other nation on the face of the earth. Right? So that was it.
Real quick, regarding paying the heathens back. This is Micah 4:13. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion. For I will make thine horn iron, and I will make thy hooves brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people, and I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth.
Bring it back one more time.
This is Micah 4:13. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I will make thine horn iron.
Yeah, who's Zion? The nation of Israel. That's the nickname of the holy city of Jerusalem, right? Which the nation of Israel is a people before it's a place. And it said, what from the beginning?
Arise and thresh.
Arise and thresh. You know what that means? That means move your hand back and forth. With a weapon, when you're doing that against your enemies, you putting something down. You got all intentions to harm and delete your enemy that's in front of you. So we're commanded, you know, right now, you fishing for the elect, right? But the scriptures say the Lord will turn the fishes into hunters, right? And the whole mission, the Lord gonna put his anger in our spirits, right? To ruthlessly, without no remorse, you know, to hunt down. It's gonna be the greatest game that I'm gonna see ever. You know, we're gonna hunt down each and every last one of the survivors of all of the heathen nations. All right, some we're gonna save for slavery, hardcore slavery, like 1,000 years ago, hardcore slavery. But some of them we gonna put to death. 2/3 of our people is gonna be some survivors, but 2/3 of our people as well. They're gonna be put to death by the men of the Lord and the angels. You know,
They said one is iron too. Think about that. Like think about the Roman Empire, where they was known as iron. They could put shit down.
right, and they was using iron heavy with weapons.
It says, and I will make thy hooves brass, and thou shalt beat in pieces many people.
Beat in pieces many people. So, that's how you know God is not all love like they say in these churches. The Heavenly Father is a man of war. YAHAWASHI says when he come back, he will not meet thee as a man. He gonna come back in beast mode. And with no remorse. Straight fury and anger. Right? Until all the nations is put down under the nation so-called under the 12 tribes of Israel.
It says, and I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord, and their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth.
Right, so we're gonna gain back everything that we once had. Beginning with the power, beginning with the ownership, everything that all these heathen nations stole from us while we was in captivity, we're gonna get every single thing back, plus more. And we never gonna lose again. That was it.
Yeah, so with that, we hope this segment was edifying. And we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, that want us to the Apostle of GREATMILLSTONE, SHALAWAM, like I did, to enjoy the faith and they love and sincerity. SHALAWAM.